all, greetings. I must apologize for the technical difficulties, and I was earlier thanking Miss Whitley, Miss Astonine Whitley, Customer Service Officer within the Ministry of Education and Youth, for centering us with her thoughtful words and her prayer. All good things must begin with prayer. And now we will be going into our greetings, and our speaker is Mrs. Tracy Blackwood, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. She is the Director of Diaspora Affairs. Mrs. Blackwood, you have the floor.
Yes, Honorable Alonda Terrelong, Minister of State, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Dr. Kassan True, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Sandra Colley-Duran, founder of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy and Sector Lead for Education on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, Dr. Timar Stevenson, Senior Education Officer, Ministry of Education and Youth, mentors, mentees, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am extremely pleased to bring greetings on behalf of the Diaspora Affairs Department at this significant official launch of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Youth. I am the new director of the department, Mr. Wilkes, the previous director having been promoted to senior director. And so he has given strong support to the development of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy, but he could not be here today. And I extend his apologies and convey warmest wishes on his behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade is very proud to partner with the Ministry of Education and Youth in supporting the launch of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy led by Diaspora member Dr. Sandra Colley-Duran. The Mentorship Academy is an inspiring program designed to nurture, guide, and empower a new generation of young Jamaicans. I commend Dr. Sandra Colley-Duran, founder of this Mentorship Academy, and her team for the excellent arrangements made to establish the Academy and to facilitate this event. Their hard work and dedication have set the stage for what promises to be a truly impactful program. Mentorship is a powerful tool that bridges the gap between experience and ambition as it fosters growth, builds confidence, and cultivates a sense of purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy is more than just another mentorship program for the government and people of Jamaica. It stands as a transformative initiative dedicated to empowering future leaders and shaping a brighter tomorrow. Our country will greatly benefit from a skilled workforce prepared for the global market, driving economic growth and innovation while strengthening cultural ties with the diaspora. This new generation of mentees is poised to promote social development through enhanced education and career outcomes, fostering national unity by actively engaging Jamaican citizens abroad in nation-building efforts. As a government, we deeply appreciate the contributions this academy will make to our young people. Diaspora mentors will have the opportunity to give back to their homeland, maintain the ties, and experience personal fulfillment. This program will also help bridge the gap between their current locations and their roots. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to pay homage to all the stakeholders who have made this event possible. We look forward to supporting the building of a community that fosters meaningful relationships, empowering mentees to realize their full potential and contribute positively to their communities and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Blackwood. We truly appreciate yourself as well as your department and the work that you guys have put in into ensuring that the partnership with Dr. Kaliduran has become a success throughout the time. So now we will actually be moving to talking about the engagement of diaspora in Jamaica's development. And it is my pleasure to welcome the Honorable Orlando Terrelong, our State Minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Minister Terrelong's dedication to engaging the diaspora in Jamaica's development reflects his deep commitment to creating opportunities for youth, both locally and abroad. Minister, we thank you for reinforcing mentorship and youth empowerment throughout your tenure, and we invite you to speak. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. Thank you, Madam Host. Is Dr. Troop on as well, or she's not here today?
We must apologize. Dr. Troop is on, but she will be joining. She will be joining us in speech shortly after.
All right, very well. All right. Well, allow me then to indicate our thanks to you for hosting us this morning and extend greetings to Dr. Stevenson, the Senior Education Officer at your ministry. Of course, Dr. Sandra Colley Durand, our sector-based member for education on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Other members of the council who are present, Mr. Miguel Anthony Melbourne, one of our mentors, other representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, other members from the Ministry of Education and Youth, certainly members from across the diaspora who have joined online, and certainly all our special invited guests, ladies, gentlemen, and some of our mentees who I'm told are also online. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to you all. I know Dr. Durand is in France, where it is almost 8 o'clock or past 8 o'clock right now in the evening. I am thrilled to welcome you to the official launch of the Jamaican Diaspora Mentorship Academy, which is fittingly being hosted today by the Ministry of Education and Youth, the lead institution entrusted to the education of our nation's youth, and of course with the full support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. It was only 4 months ago that the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy, the brainchild of Dr. Sandra Colley Durand, our sector-based member for education on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, was introduced to participants attending the most successful 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference that was held in Montego Bay. As you all recall, we had more than 1,200 participants at the conference, coming from more than 15 different countries, and it was indeed a success on the part of the government of Jamaica, working together with our Jamaicans living across the diaspora. I am pleased, therefore, to be a part of this further promotion of the Academy, which is a testament to the critical and important role that the diaspora plays in achieving the Vision 2030 goals for Jamaica, leaving no one behind. Our national development plan also includes continued collaboration with Jamaicans across the diaspora, members of the private sector, members across different government services, agencies, and departments through varying projects which have the immediate and tangible effect of creating differences and positive changes in the lives of many Jamaicans across the island, while also empowering our fellow Jamaicans across the diaspora. Ladies and gentlemen, as Minister of State with responsibility for diaspora affairs, I am particularly excited of what the future holds for the government of Jamaica and the relationship with the diaspora. In this relationship, we have much to be proud of, and we have much to celebrate, having accomplished so many things, so many worthwhile projects to the benefit of Jamaicans at home and the further empowerment of our Jamaicans abroad over the past 20 years. More recent successes in this instance includes the implementation of the National Diaspora Policy across all ministries, departments, and agencies of government, the establishment of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council, which are structural mechanisms mandated by the policy to provide advice to the government of Jamaica on how to strengthen and deepen engagement with the diaspora for the purposes, inter alia, of national development and the improvement of their bien-être in the countries in which they now reside. Other instruments of diaspora engagement worthy of mention at this forum includes the Jamaica Diaspora Engagement Model, JAMDEM, a digital investment portal, which was officially launched by Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, at the same biennial conference in June this year. The Jamaica Diaspora Engagement Model, which was funded by the International Organization for Migration and supported by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, has been developed as an investment-driven platform to encourage and make it easier for diasporans to invest in Jamaica. Today, however, we're here to celebrate the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy, which is the result of close collaboration between the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, our sector-based member on education, Dr. Sandra Collier-Durand, and the focal point on diaspora-related matters in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Timar Stevenson. The Academy is expected to provide holistic support for Jamaica's youth to enable their empowerment and ultimate contribution to Jamaica's development. It will fill an important gap in our education system in mentoring students from grades 6 to 13 across all 14 parishes in Jamaica. In providing an avenue to address critical issues such as mental well-being, providing personalized mentoring by experienced professionals, the Academy stands to be a game changer in meeting developmental needs at the personal level, while also exposing young Jamaicans to the wider world in which they are all global citizens. We look forward, therefore, in incorporating the work of the Academy on the diaspora registration and digital portals, which are housed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. The program, I'm advised, is already off to a good start. I am told that since its launch at the Diaspora Conference in June 2024, Dr. Collier-Durand and her team have hit the ground running. They have conducted more than 30 hours of orientation and onboarding sessions via Zoom. These sessions have involved teachers, principals, guidance counselors, mentees, their parents and guardians, as well as mentors from across the diaspora. The Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy has also now successfully matched 80 mentors, 77 of whom reside in the diaspora, with 84 mentees from across Jamaica. In addition, the first virtual mentorship sessions began in September 2024, marking the official start of the personalized mentorship process. I pause here just again to express what this means for young Jamaicans to be paired with mentors across the world. It changes their outlook. It gives them a more positive outlook, in fact, as to what's happening not just in Jamaica, but global affairs, what's happening across the rest of the world. No doubt their curious minds will want to ask questions such as, well, you are my mentor and you're based in America. What is happening there? What is the economy like? How are children being treated? How are the elderly being treated? And no doubt mentors in the USA will say to our young mentees in Jamaica that, look, cost of living is high across the world. There is this thing called oil. There's this thing called two wars right now across the globe. One between Russia and the Ukraine, one with Israel and the Palestinian territories, which are now stretched across to Syria and Lebanon and so forth. And these actually impact world prices in terms of oil, in terms of food. So young Jamaicans will get a better appreciation that global prices and things like inflation and food crisis and all these things, everything is interconnected. So yes, Jamaica is a sovereign nation, but we do have trade relations and we have global connections and global commitments, and we do depend on other nations in terms of partnerships for support across various different fields. And so everything is connected. And I hope that I'm confident that our young Jamaicans will get a better insight to say, but hang on a second, the government of Jamaica is doing very, very well. There are so many things happening on the global scene, but yet still, Jamaica remains a strong and thriving democracy. We have a prime minister that has put plans in place, such as pension programs, so that every adult, every senior citizen, 75 years and older, they can benefit. They might also ask questions such as, well, what happened during COVID? I mean, how were students in Europe? How did they experience COVID? How did students in the Middle East? What happened during COVID? What about workers? What about persons' parents? And I'm sure that our mentors will tell them that, yes, lots of persons lost their jobs in different government sectors, the public sector, etc., across the world. But then our young Jamaicans say, but not one civil servant lost a job while working in Jamaica during COVID. You know, Jamaica came out of COVID on the better side of it, again, because of the strict and prudent economic policies that we have put in place. So this mentorship academy will give young Jamaicans a worldwide view and help them to better understand that our small nation, Jamaica, little but Talawa, is on the path of prosperity. It is on an economic path of growth. It is also on a path where youth empowerment has never before been at this best. When you talk about skills training program across HEART and all these other programs that the government has in place, from the LIFT program and the CARE program, where young persons are given great opportunities. They can go to HEART for free. They can get on a LIFT program or a CARE program where they're earning $80,000 per month on the LIFT program, $70,000 per month on the CARE program, while learning a skill for free. These are some of the many opportunities that we have for our youngsters. You know, when they speak to persons in the US, for example, about student loan, and they will tell them that in the US, student loan is one of the biggest burdens, one of the biggest debt for young people in Jamaica. And they can know that in Jamaica, but hang on a second, you don't even need a guarantor to get student loan in Jamaica. And you start paying the loan when you start earning, and there are ways to devise how much you pay as well. You know, so we have very, very effective policies in Jamaica for youth empowerment and their training. So I applaud this academy because it will give young Jamaicans a global perspective so that they too can appreciate that this is the very best government that Jamaicans have had, and that the policies in place are policies that are for the worthwhile of Jamaicans. And some of these policies, even our global international partners, don't even have some of these policies to ensure the well-being of their citizens, in particular, the youth. And so I also want to applaud the support being provided by corporate partners, including Victoria Mutual, our inaugural sponsor, Digicel for contributing devices and data plans for participants. It is hoped that with this meeting today, additional corporate sponsorship and private assistance will in fact come on board with resources in the following areas: scholarships, technological resources through the provision of further devices and, for example, phone plans, program materials, participant badges and graduation certificates, technical infrastructure, notably website maintenance and Zoom licenses, and of course, further initiatives aimed at the recruitment of additional mentors across the diaspora. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, allow me again to especially thank Dr. Colin Durand and all those who have worked tirelessly at the Ministries of Education and Youth and Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to ensure the successful official launch of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy this afternoon, and of course this evening, depending on your jurisdictions. I anticipate that the lives of many young persons will benefit from the programs being offered by the Academy, and that it will certainly broaden their global outlook and helping them to realize that they do live in one of the best countries with a thriving democracy and a stable economy with good policies in place to ensure the empowerment of our Jamaican youth. I look forward to the continued successes of the Academy, a special initiative which aims to empower young people, unlock their potential, and help them achieve their goals, one child at a time. The Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy represents a significant step towards leveraging the Jamaican diaspora expertise for national development. Its success will no doubt depend on the continued collaboration between government entities, private sector partners, and engaging citizens both domestically and abroad. And as a government, we remain committed to diaspora engagement, recognizing that it is a symbiotic relationship that serves to benefit Jamaicans at home while empowering Jamaicans abroad. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Minister Terrelong. And Minister Terrelong touched on the importance of teamwork and how many persons gathered together in ensuring that this dream was a success, the dream of Dr. Collie Durand in ensuring youth empowerment. And again, we want to say thank you, Minister Terrelong, for your presence and your continued and unwavering support in championing the empowerment of youth and engagement within the diaspora. Now we will be going to Dr. Sandra Collie Durand, who is the founder of the Mentorship Academy. We're honored to have with us Dr. Collie Durand, of course, who is the visionary behind this all. The initiative, as Minister Terrelong says, was Dr. Collie Durand's brainchild, born from her unwavering commitment to empowering the youth of her home country here in Jamaica. Through her tireless work, the Academy has provided countless young Jamaicans with mentorship, guidance, and inspiration. Dr. Collie Durand, we thank you and we look forward to hearing you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Miss Drummond. Honorable Minister Alanda Terrelong, Dr. Casson Troop, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Mrs. Tracy Blackwood, Director of Diaspora Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. I see my ambassador here, Ambassador Simon Benson Nahu, other esteemed diplomats, distinguished guests, and members of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, diaspora members, mentors, mentees who should be in school. I don't know how come they're here. They're with their principals, parents, vice principals, guidance counselors, and other stakeholders. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are in the world. I extend a warm welcome to each of you as we celebrate the official hard launch of the Academy. Since our soft launch, Minister spoke about that in June at the highly successful biannual conference in beautiful Montego Bay. We have enrolled, so he mentioned the numbers, but a little bit more, 86 bright mentees from across Jamaica, and have matched them with 80 mentors. And so these mentors are passionate members of the Jamaican diaspora from 14 countries. And we're talking about traditional countries like the United States, Canada, and the UK, but also including places you wouldn't immediately think of, like Japan, China, Spain, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Germany, and Slovakia. Okay? So yes, the Jamaican flag waves proudly in corners of the globe you'd never even imagine. But those numbers tell only a part of the story. Minister spoke about parents and mentees who were onboarded, but since then, behind those figures, we already have more than 200 hours of dedicated, targeted mentorship sessions, helping to shape and guide the next generation of Jamaican leaders. In fact, from the moment we launched, our mentors dove in with a shared vision, building Jamaica one mentee at a time. In fact, I love a good quote. So Sir Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants." Well, our mentors are the giants, offering mentees their shoulders, their wisdom, their experience, their vision, their resources, their knowledge, and yes, their humanity. And let's not forget the mentees, in fact, who are standing taller, stronger, prouder because of the hands they have held. And some of these hands belong to pilots, lawyers, doctors, lecturers, entrepreneurs, authors, consultants, scholarship application experts who are ensuring that doors are being opened for our mentees, doors that they didn't even know existed. And we're not talking about mentorship in theory, we're talking about really structured mentorship. So each mentor has already met with his or her mentee twice, for the most part. And the first two deliverables, a resume and cover letter, have been submitted by these mentees. And I can assure you, I heard Minister talking about potential. Well, these resumes reflect massive potentiality waiting to be unlocked. Now, we would not be Jamaicans if we didn't face challenges and found ways around them. And yes, we've struggled with time zones that make our mentor-mentee meetings feel like negotiating international peace treaties. And yes, we've had to navigate issues related to faulty devices, internet connectivity issues, but we're all still standing tall because where there are challenges, there are opportunities and also success stories. And I want to share a few. For example, Dr. Delroy Dunkley, who is with us this afternoon, a vice principal in the UK, has committed to free weekly online mathematics sessions for PEP students at the Gregory Park Primary School. The school's principal and grade 6 teacher will organize the setup and allow students who are most in need to attend these classes online. In fact, Dr. Dunkley and the principal of Gregory Park Primary discovered that they were, the principal, Mr. Richard Williams, who's here with us. Incidentally, they discovered that they are proud Manning's old boys, and they have found a way to transform this brain drain actually into a brain gain. Another example to be celebrated, we have 3 students from Listomere Gilby, and we have the principal of Listomere Gilby with us this afternoon as well. Listomere Gilby School for the Deaf, mentored by Miss Sharon Bramwell, who is a sign language practitioner and operational manager out of Nottinghamshire Healthcare Trust in the UK. How beautiful is that? Our mentorship is inclusive and it's all encompassing. And we're even fortunate to have a licensed senior psychotherapist, on board, guiding mentors in identifying and alleviating heightened states of stress in mentees. This is a testament, in fact, to the depth of care within this program. Mrs. Michelle Tuller-Neal, who is here with us this afternoon as well, Diaspora Council member out of Northeast USA. She's helping us to look into being able to supply laptop computers for our most needy mentees. In fact, we're more than a mentorship program. We are a community, we're a network of professionals, we're educators, we're diaspora members united in purpose. Our model includes not just the mentors and the mentees, but, as Minister said, their parents, principals, vice principals, guidance counselors, and teachers. We have them all here with us this evening. Well, it's evening for me, but afternoon for you guys. We're all striving together to build a brighter Jamaica. One conversation, one connection, one solution at a time. And to echo the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is, in fact, to lose yourself in service of others. And I leave you with just this thought: success is not accomplished by what we accomplish alone. It's not measured, by what we accomplish alone, but by how we inspire others to accomplish. The Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy is meant to be more than mentorship. It is meant to be about inspiration. So let us continue to inspire, let us continue to guide, let us continue to lift up the next generation of Jamaicans. And thank you all. I look forward to continuing this awesome journey with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kalidaran. And just to say, a lot of what you all may not see behind the scene is Dr. Kalidaran working tirelessly, sending a bunch of emails, ensuring that things are being sent out, ensuring that we are up to par and up to standard to ensure that this works well. So she wants to see our youth excel. So I'm very happy that she is very steadfast in what she sets out to do and ensures that things get done. So thank you again, Dr. Kalidaran, for your support to our country and to our home country. And we look forward to everything else that the Academy has to offer, and also the reviews from the students. And it is now my honor to introduce Dr. Dan Troop, Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Education and Youth. Dr. Troop's leadership and vision in championing our children and uplifting our youth are a guiding light for us all. She continually reminds us of the importance of mentorship and collective support, ensuring we build a brighter future for generations to come. Dr. Troop?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. And I hope you really got my apology, Dr. Khalidor and team. Many hats, many moving parts in the Ministry of Education. So we had some auditors here today, and I had to attend to that matter, given the reputation of the ministry and the work that we are doing to kind of assure the auditors that we are on track. So that being said, let me greet all of you in this space. It's really a joy to be a part of this wonderful impact making, problem solving, future creating opportunity for our learners. The children are indeed our future, and we have a responsibility, colleagues, to give to this cause, because if it is that we do not support our learners, then we will not have the Jamaica that we want to experience and that we long for. So those who are in the international space, I know you dream about the Jamaica where we can all live, raise families, work, do businesses, and retire. And I know from having spoken to many of you, you always have this inherent unquenching desire to come back home. And also, you have now been probably obsessed, for want of a better word, in giving back from a distance. So I really want to commend the members of the diaspora for this commitment. I want to commend Dr. Duran for the vision, for having been able to pull a team of, I heard 80 mentors are already on board and 86 mentees are already benefiting. And I can just imagine the ripple effect and multiplying effect of that. So when we talk about the future, we are talking about our children and investing in our children so they can have the kind of future that we would desire for our country. And it is indeed so. Once we put the infrastructure in place, then we are providing the enablement for our students, our boys and girls like you and I, to excel. Many of us in this space are who we are because others have come to the fore in many different ways to enable us to fly and to soar. And that is what this program represents, the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy. You are representing a lifeline to ensuring that we have a brighter future. So when we talk about our learners, for those who are in the space, every year we have approximately 34,000 learners who enter the formal system. 34,000 every year. And that, of course, moves up into our tertiary sector. The model of education in Jamaica is developed and organized around several key areas in terms of providing resources for learners, ensuring that there's access to spaces. We have 1,009 public schools right now, much bigger than the region. And of course, within that, we have 180 secondary level institutions. And layer to that, we have about 21 tertiary institutions right here in Jamaica alone. All of this as part of the learning architecture to develop our learners and to make them strong individuals ready to become what God has created them to be. The Bible says there's a plan for them to prosper. There's a plan for them to shine and to become and to have a bright future. And so when you selected the topic about Jamaica, children being the future, you're right on spot, because that's what our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ said, a plan to prosper, a plan to blossom. And he said, let their light so shine so others can see you. So our job is to enable our children to shine. And that's what you have come into. You're coming to your purpose. And when you give into education, you're actually sending messages in the future. You really don't know where it will end up. But if you are in charge of that narrative and in charge of that message, you're actually creating the kind of future in an indirect way as to where our students, our learners will end up. So what do we do here? We make sure that the learners have a good environment. You have seen how challenged we have been with that, with the increase in violence in our society and how that has been impacting on our learning environment. Our teachers are stressed because of broken homes and broken families. The task is now upon the schools to repair the damages, because the school is the only social structure that will touch majority of our learners. So we have a lot to carry as an education sector. But because of you, your commitment, you are like the wind beneath our wings right here, because you're providing support for our learners. You're providing inclusivity support. You're providing psychosocial support. You're providing technical support. I'm hearing about math learning at Gregory Park already in place. So you are being the wind that will make sure that the future that is for our learners predestined, that they can hold that future, they can excel in that future, they can shine in that future. And Jamaica will be that place that you will want to come home and retire. Yes, we want you to come home and retire. That's part of a 2030 vision. We may not say it regularly, but we have added it recently. So not just a place of choice to live and raise families and do business, but also to retire. And it is the future that will enable you to feel safe enough. These learners that you're investing in, it is that futuristic decision that you're taking that will make you feel comfortable to come home and to retire and to continue to give to your country. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am really, really 100% happy that you are on board. Every support that this education ministry can get to enable the success of our learners, we welcome it and we are grateful, because education is a team sport. The future of our country is a team investment. No one structure can do this. We need our parents. We need those in the diaspora. We need our philanthropists. We need everybody. We need our teachers, our principals, all hands on deck. And Dr. Durant, that's what you have enabled in the international space. So people may feel removed from Jamaica physically, but you have said we do not need to be stymied because of a physical limitation. We have enabled the virtual space to have a greater reach. So you have brought the reach home to invest in the future of our country. What a wonderful way to live. What a wonderful way to give, to coalesce around a purpose, which is our children. You have now gone into history. You have now put a hand into the future, and we will continue to build on this legacy of investment that you have started. I pray that this will not find any end, that it will continue to mushroom and grow because of the multiplying effect of you, our mentors, and what that can do for even one learner. When you have a learner that you work with who becomes a champion of a family, just understand the ripple effect of their own family benefiting from that, greater insights, better inspiration, and they being enabled out of poverty can create a better wealth opportunity for their future families. So when you say the children are the future, they are indeed the future. And what you have done today is that you have organized yourselves around assuring a successful future for all our learners. So I want to thank you, and I want to commend you and to say how grateful I am that you have decided to partner with us to achieve that task of learner success, of learner stability, a future of Jamaica being the country that people want to come and invest in. It is the success of our learners that will determine the interest of investors into our country. Nobody wants to come to a failing country. So when you invest in your mentees, you are investing in the future of investors coming into Jamaica, so we can have a growth that we can build on a successful economy. So please do not limit the impact of your work. You're not just changing educational realities, you're changing social realities, and you're changing the economic realities of our country. What better way to serve? What better way to give than to shape our future in this way? So the children are indeed the future. And right now, you're writing that future with us, a future of success, a future that will enable our boys and girls to become their best selves. They were created with that in mind. And that's what you have done, coalesced around a mission and a vision for greater success for our future of this country. So thank you, colleagues, for the vision. Thank you for sticking and staying. You have spoke earlier, Dr. Durant, about the challenges, and nothing comes without a challenge. In fact, if you are not experiencing any challenges, it would mean that something is not happening right. So the fact that you're experiencing challenges, it means that you are getting deeper and deeper into the work, and that you're also learning what not to do as you try to get the activities going in the future in a more deliberate way. So thank you, colleagues. You have actually started to invest in the future, and I am extremely wonderful, 100% grateful for this support as we together as a team revolutionize the Jamaican landscape and to make Jamaica a place of choice to live, raise families, do business, and retire. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Permanent Secretary Dr. True. We really appreciate your presence here today. And of course, I must reiterate that it is all hands on deck when it comes to Jamaica's future for children. Thank you so much, Dr. Troop, for your, again, support continuously throughout ensuring that we're transforming education for national development here at the ministry. So up next, we are going to speak to one of the mentors themselves. It is Mr. Miguel Melbourne, and he will be sharing some insights on the art of mentorship. Mr. Melbourne has been there with Dr. Kalidoran from the onset, ensuring that the necessary pages for the Diaspora Academy has been created, and just following up and ensuring that things are being done side by side with Dr. Kalidoran. So we invite Mr. Miguel Melbourne here to speak on the art of mentorship.
Thank you so much. A pleasant good evening, good afternoon to everyone. As I think about the art of mentorship, I'd like to start by telling you where my journey began. I was born in St. Andrew, the beautiful Blue Mountains of Jamaica, a place called Content Gap. And I moved to America when I was 10 years old. And as you can imagine, this was not an easy transition. But there were so many people that helped me out, my teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, friends, parents. And that is the main reason I'm so passionate about being a mentor for the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy. But I specifically want to tell you how I got my mentor, because it's very different than this amazing program that we have going, right? Picture this, I'm 17 years old and I'm a senior in high school. And my high school took a group of us to a career panel that was being held at a local college campus. It was a total of about 200 students from various high schools, and we had 3 professionals from different industries on the stage. Now, I'm in this panel, and there was this dark-skinned guy on the panel who I thought was just incredible. And he had on this fantastic suit. He spoke so well. All his words just seemed to rhyme. It was like he was just speaking music. And I'm sitting there, and again, I'm only about, 6 years from Jamaica, and I'm looking at this guy, and I needed to know if this guy was real, right? And so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna ask him a question. And so I sat there, I thought about my question, and when the time came, I developed the courage, stuck my hand up, and I asked my question. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the question I asked. I don't remember what he responded. But what he did was he went, He put his head up and he said, that's a great question. And that was my victory. That was my victory. That's all I needed. This guy who I thought was so incredible thought a question I asked him was a great question. And so I want to tell you how this story escalates. The event ends and I'm walking through the hallway and this guy and I bump into each other serendipitously. And somehow he remembers me. He goes, hey, you're the young man that asked me that question. And I said, yes. And I told him that I'm a senior, I'm going to college in a few months. And he gave me his number and told me to call him. And to be honest with you, I'm 17, I'm nervous, right? And so I don't call him. The very next week, I'm at Burger King and, I'm tearing up some fries and I look down at the tray and I'm reading the tray and Burger King was advertising their everyday heroes. And there this guy was. I couldn't believe it. And there goes my courage. I pick up my phone and I call him, and my level of professionalism is not like it is now. I called him, I said, hey, why are you on my Burger King menu? And he said, hello? Hello, who's this? Right? And I said, it's Miguel, but I'm at Burger King and you're on this thing. And he says, yes, Burger King gave me an award for the work that I'm doing in the community. So it turns out that this guy, Mr. E2 Evans, is a very successful businessman. He's a high-end designer, and he also does a lot of work in the community. And that is how I found my first mentor. Now, you might be asking, Miguel, do you still speak to Mr. Evans? The answer is yes. For the last 19 years, I have been asking Mr. Evans questions. That's how I found my first mentor. And so the reason I told this story is to illustrate from my experience that the key to the successful mentorship journey is based on the quality of questions that are asked and the quality of the questions that as mentors and mentees that we get a chance to tackle together. And so I'm encouraging all mentees, please do not hesitate to ask your mentors any questions you have. They are willing to do their absolute best to answer every single question. And I'll illustrate this. My mentee is a young man I call Christopher the Great. He's from Portland. And one of my favorite questions Christopher's asked me so far in our first session, as I told him about the program, we're going to meet 12 times. And Chris said, hey, after the 12 sessions, what happens next? And he asked this in the first session. I thought this was a fantastic question. Now, I just told you about, I have a 19-year-long mentorship. I looked him square in the face over Zoom and I said, Christopher, after our 12 sessions, I am not going anywhere. You can ask me as many questions for as long as ever. I am not leaving. And so that was one of my favorite questions, right? From my mentee. And so as a mentor, I go into my sessions and I try to carry a question with me. And so at the start of my sessions, it's about a month. We meet every month. And, our last session, I said, Chris, we haven't seen each other in a month. I have a question for you. I said, I'd like for you to rate your last month on a scale of 1 to 10. 1, not so good. 10, fantastic. And he said, oh, it's about an 8. I said, that's fantastic. Give me 3 reasons why. And he said, I love my classes. He said, my teachers are not boring. And I have some great friends. I said, here we go, right? And so that question, we're able to have a deeper conversation. We're able to talk especially more about that third one, the impact of having fantastic friends around you. And so here is my challenge to mentees and mentors. Outside of the mission of each session and each deliverable, I want you to think about 1 to 3 questions that as mentees, you're going to take into that session. And for our mentors, I want you outside of the deliverable, carry 1 to 3 questions that you're going to take into that session to ask your mentee so that we can deepen the like, deepen the trust, and pull more value out of the mentorship. And so that is my challenge. And I'm asking each mentee and each mentor to take on that challenge. And so as I close, I would like to leave us with 3 qualities I want us all to keep in mind for both mentees and mentors. And the first one is this. This is an extraordinary program, an absolutely extraordinary program. And so the first thing I want us all to keep in mind is commitment, right? We must commit seriously to this program. A lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of incredible people. The first thing is commitment. And as mentioned, we're going to face challenges, but we're going to overcome those challenges. The second quality I want us to keep in mind is vision. Vision, right? As mentors, we must be able to help our mentees to see above the obstacles and to be open to other perceptions. And as mentees, please, right? As mentioned, this is an extraordinary opportunity. Ask your mentors as many questions as possible. Ask them where they're from. Ask them what they do, why they do it. Ask them about high school. Ask them about elementary school, right? So that you can gain a new perspective. And the last quality I'd like to leave us with is empathy. It's empathy. We must, as mentors, we must be able to feel and meet our mentees where they are. And at the same time, mentees, I want you to know that you're also meeting us mentors where we are. Many of us, this is our first time jumping into mentorship, right? And so this is a journey. And so as Dr. Troop mentioned, Education is a team sport. I want you to know that mentorship is a team sport, and we're all in this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Melbourne. Definitely, mentorship is a team sport, and mentorship for many persons lasts throughout their lifetimes because we never stop growing, we never stop learning. Learning is not a linear path, so it may go on forever. So we thank you alongside other mentors who have stepped up to the plate to ensure that you're not only giving back to your country, but ensuring that you are passing on best practices to our youth, ensuring that they're building better for their own future, not just the future of their country, but their own personal future. Yes, so thank you again, Mr. Melbourne, for all your support. And now we will be going on to watch a video from one of our mentees. Of course, the mentees are in school, so we anticipated, and Dr. Khaliluran ensured because she said she wanted to hear the voice of our mentees throughout this, as they are the most important part of this program. So I will be sharing a video with you guys today, and this is Tijan Giovanni Eccleston, and he'll be speaking on mentorship and
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by apologizing for not being able to deliver this speech tonight. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so via video. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tijan Nicholson, and I'm 17 years old. I am currently enrolled in the sixth form at Woodford Boys School, where I am studying law, management of business, computer science, and communication studies. In addition to my academic prowess, I enjoy playing volleyball, chess, and spending.
You have to turn on your sound, Miss Drummond. You have to turn on your mic for us to be able to hear, I think.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by apologizing for not being able to deliver this speech live, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so via video. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tijan Eccleston, and I'm 17 years old. I am currently enrolled in the sixth form at Woodford Boys School, where I am studying law, management of business, computer science, and communication studies. In addition to my academic prowess, I enjoy playing volleyball, chess, and spending time outdoors. As for my future, I aspire to become an airline pilot. Ever since I was young, I've been fascinated by aviation, and my goal is to fly for a major airline. The main reason behind this interest in aviation is to see the world, meet people, and meet new people. As within a career such as aviation, you visit a vast area of locations and interact with a vast array of people, which brings me to my reasoning behind joining the mentorship program. I believe that that guidance from professional individuals who are experienced is crucial to achieving my goal of becoming an airline pilot. Navigating the complexities of the aviation industry can be very challenging, and having a mentor provides me with valuable insights, advice, and support to make informed decisions about my career path. It helps me to navigate the the very complex streets of the aviation industry. So far, within my mentorship program, I've learned how to construct a proper CV. For example, I've learned the do's and the don'ts in creating the perfect CV. I have also learned what a cover letter is and how it must be done. The two lessons I've learned are placing me step by step closer to becoming an airline pilot, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So far, these lessons have impacted me in ways of being eager to add more to my CV, to stand out in a crowd of pilots when seeking employment from major airlines such as Delta, Emirates, etc. It has also led me to the knowledge that being concise is sometimes better, as within a CV, you must concisely portray yourself to an interviewer or etc. A real-life example of my lessons impact is discussing my CV with my principal, as the sixth form year group at my school meets every Monday to discuss academics. Everything my mentor said in terms of improvement of my CV was mentioned by my principal, and stating that my CV had the necessary requirements and information of a CV. Going forward with the mentorship program, I am excited to be granted the opportunity to interview a pilot in a couple of weeks. From this interview, I am guaranteed to gain valuable insight and steps of becoming a pilot and also a pilot's lifestyle. In closing, I'd like to thank my mentor, Nicole Samuels Williams, and the Jamaica Diaspora Mentor Program for this amazing opportunity, and I'm looking forward to the future. Thank you for your time and attention.
And that was the voice of our very own youth, Tajan Giovanni, epicenter of Wilma's Boys School. And he definitely mentioned how the program thus far has assisted him in ensuring that he is on the path that he wants to be as it relates to directing his future of being an airline pilot. Wow. So that is the work of his mentor, Nicole Samuel Williams, and of course, the JDMA team. And for now, we open the floor to generally any questions from members of the audience, parents, principals, teachers. Should you have any questions for Dr. Collie Durand or just comments, you may open your mic and share.
I am Texel Christie from Kelly's High School.
Hi, Dr. Christie.
Yeah, I just want to say that, I am very happy to be part of this wonderful program, and I'm looking forward to wonderful results from it. Already I'm feeling, that vibes that Dr. Troop talk about. So I just want you to know it's a wonderful initiative. This vision is really wonderful, and it's nice to meet the persons who are actually, a part of it. I just want to tell you, thank you very much. And we are looking forward to what is required to help our young ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christie. And just a fact, Dr. Christie, in the height of the Hurricane Beryl, when they were affected, I reached out to Dr. Christie. Do you have any students who you think would benefit from the mentorship program? And Dr. Christie ensured that his students were able to benefit, or to share students with us that he think would benefit, even though they did not have proper connectivity at the time. So thank you so much, Dr. Christie, and we look forward to your continuous support.
If I may, Miss Drummond, just about Dr. Christie, also, took the students in his office with their parents to say to them, this is a serious program. you have an opportunity, make sure you follow suit, you follow up. I mean, really, this is a kind of teamwork that Dr. Troop was talking about that is absolutely, I mean, it's priceless. You can't pay for that kind of teamwork.
Hello, my name is Natalie Smith. Hello, everybody. I'm speaking all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. It is just really a shout out and a thank you to Dr. Sandra Colley Durand. I've known her for almost, I don't know, 15 years maybe, when I lived in Paris, France. And thank you for reaching out to me to see if I knew of anybody who'd be interested in being a mentee for this program. My fiance teaches chess in schools such as Campion, Ardennes, Immaculate. So she'd reached out to me to see if anybody would be interested. And I really appreciate her walking through the program, its objectives, its initiatives. I felt very embraced and very on board with the initiative. So I shared that with my fiance Mala, who teaches chess in schools, and he was able to hopefully to get some volunteers. So thank you so much to everybody that's taking part in this initiative. Whilst I may have a British accent, my parents are Jamaican. I am descendants from Jamaicans. I got my citizenship because my parents are Jamaican, and I'm truly proud to be part of this, especially because I am Jamaican. It means so much more. So thank you so much to the government and to everybody that's part of this and what they're doing. Bless up.
Thank you, Ms. Smith, and also to your partner for being able to assist Dr. Colley Durand throughout this process. We're very much appreciative. Thank you. Ms.
If I may just say that Ms. Smith has an amazing training program on YouTube that I'm going to be recommending soon to our mentees and mentors, a really quality professional mentorship training content that she makes on YouTube. I'm really very proud that a Jamaican is making something of this quality. So what's it called, Natalie? If you could just remind us, please.
Sorry, I just take myself off mute. It is Natalie Smith, Leadership and Talent Development Excellence. That's the channel. If I have permission, I can drop it in the chat, the name of the channel and the link.
Yes, please. Yes, drop it in the chat, please. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Doctor, for that. Appreciate it.
Ms. Dion Gill.
Thank you so much. I just want to extend a congratulations to Dr. Colley Durand and her team of mentors. This is an excellent idea. I'm really, really proud to be Jamaican today because I'm a part of this wonderful initiative. And I think I was particularly, impressed with the fact that our School of Special Education was included. So Lister Mayor Gilby School for the Deaf. And, I'm really, really happy to see that. However, I would want to also say as much as possible if we could include additional schools of special education, because some of our students with special needs do present with some behavioral challenges. And I think a mentorship program of this nature would be really beneficial to those students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gale. And Ms. Gale is actually the head of the special education unit here within the ministry. Thank you so much, Ms. Gale, for your support. And of course, one thing that we absolutely love is that the program has been very inclusive. So we definitely do appreciate that, Dr. Durand. Lister Mayor Gilby, I see your hand up.
Good evening, good afternoon, good night. I'm Dana, and I want to say thank you for this wonderful presentation. Also, I want to say that we are happy to be involved and we hope to learn more. And we also looking forward to achieving whatever we want to become in the future with your help. Also, basically with Sandra, I want to say thank you for creating this program for us, and thank you for supporting us and giving us the opportunity to become great things in the future so we can contribute to Jamaican and also the world generally. Thank you.
My volume is low. Hopefully it's a bit better now. And okay, great. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate that you are supporting the program, the academy. Dr. Kolidoran, do you have any comments for Lister Mary Gilby in their thanks to you?
Well, just all I can say is Lister McGilby is on board thanks to, it's really a chain. Marcia, Marcia Bernard, OD, is a fellow French Jamaican who has an association in France, and they were sponsoring children from Lister McGilby, and she spoke to me about, and she insisted that, she introduced me to the principal, the guidance counselor, and they were very much on board, and we absolutely had to find somebody for these children. We're still looking for, and to speak to Miss Gale's question, we're still looking for mentors who are trained to handle special needs children. But we have one lady in UK, and she said, I need to find other people. For the time being, she's the only one with 3 mentees from Lister McGilby, but we're still looking out to if anybody here on Zoom this afternoon, if you know of anybody who can assist us to find other mentees, whether for special needs children or for children who are hearing impaired, who are deaf, please reach out. I put my the email address in the chat.
Madam MOE, Madam Host, Ms. Drummond. Ms. Drummond, can you hear me?
I can, Minister.
Ms. Drummond, I've listened to the testimonials. I don't believe you'll get any more hands raised and that you'll proceed to concluding. But I have listened to the testimonials, and all I can think of is that it makes a difference who represents the people. And I say that because, oftentimes we hear the propaganda machinery at work. And the propaganda machinery likes to speak ill of the prime minister, and it likes to speak ill of this government. And what the propaganda machinery will not say to the public is that this is an inclusive government. The propaganda machinery will not say to you that this government has the best relationship with our diaspora members. The propaganda machinery will not tell you that since the launch of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council, we have had a myriad of programs and just different programs that have been launched, whether it is investment-related portals, whether it's registration portals aimed at empowering or Jamaicans and giving them greater access to investment opportunities in Jamaica, or an educational youth empowerment program such as this. I recall discussing this program with Dr. Color Durand, and the minute she spoke about it, myself and my team here at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in the Diaspora Department, we literally latched onto it. We said, Dr. Color Durand, we will support your every initiative to make this program a success because we believe in it. And as someone who has also lived in the diaspora, on 2 occasions, I understood the value of what it would mean to be young and having, experienced mentors. Just listening to, Mr. Will Marion and our young queen from Leicester Blair just now. It is so impactful to have a government that works with the diaspora to ensure that programs such as these see the light of day, because they're so positive and they're so impactful. And so it makes a difference who represents the people. And Dr. Collie Durand, it certainly has been a pleasure meeting with you. She has 2 young kings of her own. And listen, when I tell you she takes time away from her family in France, she was here, she flew in for the Diaspora Council as well, for the meetings and for the conference in Montego Bay. And we made sure that she was given the platform and the opportunity to present this model. We made sure that we linked her with the relevant sector leaders in the Ministry of Education. Again, a government at work, working with our diaspora and making the connections to ensure that all of you across the diaspora have your role to play, have your opportunity to give back and to empower further Jamaicans, because that is how we truly manifest their potential. That is how we truly grow as a country. An investment in our human capital, an investment in the youth of today to become the leaders of tomorrow. My hat's off to you again, my lady.
Any comments, Dr. Duran?
No, thank you, really, thank everyone, and particularly the mentors who are here. But like Dr. Christie and all the principals and the vice principals, because we haven't mentioned them enough, in fact, who are here, who are supporting us, who are making sure that the mentees stay the course to benefit from everything that the mentors have to offer them.
Thank you so much, Minister Terry Long and Dr. Collie Durand. As we come to the close of today's event, it is my honor to extend our sincere gratitude to all the persons, all the moving parts in this who made this gathering, this virtual gathering possible. So first and foremost, I will extend a heartfelt thank you to the Honorable State Minister, Alanda Terry Long, for your steadfast commitment to the development and the empowerment of our nation's youth. Your leadership and your support are very invaluable to Sean. To our esteemed Permanent Secretary, Dr. Cassandra Troop, thank you for your vision and your dedication to advancing education. Your guidance continues to uplift our educational community and drive impactful change. To Dr. Sandra Collie Durand and her team, we thank you for your continuous support of your home country and for everything that you continue to do for the students. And we look forward to further growth and hopefully in the future for the further extension of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy. To our principals, teachers, regional directors, thank you for your hard work and dedication. Your commitment to nurturing and guiding our students is a cornerstone of our educational system, and we are incredibly grateful for all that you do. To the students, the mentees, who are basically the backbone of this academy, thank you for your enthusiasm and your participation. You are the heart of why we are gathered here today, and your growth and your achievements continues to be an inspiration to us all. Finally, to the parents, thank you for your unwavering support and your involvement. Your partnership in your children's education is essential, and we deeply appreciate you for the dedication that you show every single day. And just a final thank you to everyone who worked hard behind the scenes. A lot of the moving parts from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Collie Durand, her team, and other investors, Victoria Mutual, Digital Jamaica, and others. Dr. Timar Stevenson for the work from the Ministry of Education for the work that you did put into this with Dr. Collie Durand. Thank you for making this academy a success and this event today a success. Together, we are building a brighter future for Jamaica's youth. Thank you, and we definitely look forward to continuing this journey together. Thank you so much. Dr. Collie Duran has left her email somewhere in the chat, and you may reach out to her for any questions, any comments that you may further have. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education, Dr. Collie Duran, Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy. We thank you all for your continuous support, and we look forward to a brighter future as we trend together. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All the best. Love it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone, and congratulations on a successful launch.